News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, several board members are arrested for embezzlement.
And a county commissioner responds to an ethics complaint. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell, Eunette Gentry. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Board members of a water well cooperative are arrested for embezzlement. It's Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Eunette Gentry.
Well, several members of a water well cooperative here locally were arrested last week for embezzlement. They, however, thought that they erased a recording that was done at one of their meetings. Police say that they erased the incorrect one. The Nye County Sheriff's Office received a report of an alleged crime they say was concerning unlawful donations to an individual named Dwight Lilly concerning his 2018 campaign for Nye County Commissioner. The reported crime concerns board members of a grassroots organization called the Private Well Owners Association here in Pahrump. Police say that they learned that over $3,000 had been allegedly donated to Dwight Lilly's campaign during the last election cycle as he ran for Nye County Commissioner during their May board meeting, which was recorded. Dwight was serving on the cooperative's board at the time and currently serves as president. He also has a talk show on a local low-power public radio station here in Pahrump and has often been outspoken during regular Board of County Commissioners meetings.
We just seem to be on this roller coaster that we can't get off of in solving them, and we're not going to have a vibrant community either in Amargosa Valley or Pahrump or anywhere else in the county if we can't get rid of the corruption, get rid of the, all of the bad actors.
Police say that the meeting was recorded and the sheriff's office has a copy of that recording. They say that Dwight Lilly asked for a contribution from the cooperative to fund his political campaign for county commissioner. They say that Thomas Adams suggests that they take the idea to the membership and ask them if they can spend the money on a political contribution. During the recording, the Nye County Sheriff's Office says that the board members work out an amount and decide that the amount should be disguised with an odd number so it's not obvious. They even agree to put 25 cents at the end to make it not so obvious. They decide on the amount of $3,069.25. It's decided among the 6 of them that they are going to present it to the membership as a reimbursement. The sheriff's office says that they have a copy of the written invoice by Dwight Lilly. During the discussion on the recording, they say that there's comments made like, sounds like he knows how to cook the books, and laughter among them. News 25 attempted to contact Dwight Lilly and other board members and has received no response as of news time. The board members involved in the alleged conspiracy include Dwight Lilly, Thomas Adams, Wade Hinden, John Bosta, and Christine Stern, as well as her boyfriend, Kenny Bent. All 5 individuals, except for Christine Stern, has been arrested. Stern has yet to be located. The charges that they are facing is embezzlement, grand larceny, and conspiracy to commit a crime.
Evacuations are already underway on the Florida coast in the wake of Hurricane Dorian, a currently Category 2 storm that's beginning to lash Florida's coast with high winds and heavy rain. The hurricane pummeled the Bahamas for more than 48 hours. Thousands of homes are believed to be damaged or destroyed. 5 people were killed on the Abaco Islands, but authorities expect that number to continue rising. The storm is picking up speed and heading toward the U.S. More than 2 million residents in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and parts of the eastern seaboard have been warned to evacuate.
And our hearts go out to those down there on the Florida coast. Well, a resident here locally got a shock when a pickup truck struck her house over the weekend. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, along with Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, responded to Sycamore Avenue for a report of a vehicle versus structure accident. The allegedly intoxicated female appears to have increased speed of her pickup truck before entering a driveway to a residence. The truck then appears to have struck part of a fixed carport on the home, as well as a parked vehicle in the carport and a fence on the property. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived on scene and placed the woman into custody. The female and only occupant reportedly had a previous driving under the influence arrest here in the state of Nevada. The carport area had been cordoned off with caution tape as a precaution until repairs can be made to the structure. No injuries have been reported.
And police are trying to find a suspect who hit a home on Oak Ridge in a vehicle versus structure hit-and-run accident.
Police are attempting to find out any information related to a vehicle versus structure accident that occurred on Saturday night at around 8 p.m. on September 1st. It appears that the driver lost control of their vehicle, slamming into the fence, trees, and front porch of a home on Oak Ridge Avenue. The driver reportedly lost control of the vehicle on Deadwood and did major damage to the residence on Oak Ridge. The vehicle is described as a dark in color sedan, possibly a Nissan Maxima or a Lexus. If you have any information about this crime, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. You can remain anonymous. The vehicle would have major front-end damage after shearing off a pole, hitting a fence, and hitting the porch and railing on the front of this manufactured home. The driver may also have suffered injuries. And one person was injured in their pickup truck yesterday afternoon on Highway 95 when their RV that was attached rolled over. A truck and trailer rollover accident occurred on Monday afternoon south of Beatty on Highway 95. Nye County Emergency Services, Nevada Highway Patrol, and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to the location. At least one person was transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of the crash, which includes a trailer that was being pulled by the pickup truck and rolled onto its side.
And in yet another accident, this time an off-roading accident on Game Bird, 2 people were transported for medical attention, one by air and the other by land.
One person was airlifted via Mercy Air to a trauma center in Las Vegas with injuries as a result of a vehicle versus motorcycle accident that occurred off-road near Game Bird and Barney Street. Another individual involved was taken by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue ambulance to Desert View Hospital. The crash occurred on Sunday afternoon near the south side of Pahrump. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies blocked the roadway while Mercy Air landed on Game Bird Road. Deputies are investigating the cause of this crash.
All right, stay tuned right here to News 25. We'll tell you the latest happenings with Leo Blendo and the County Commission.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Cardiology, located at 1397 South Loop Road in Pahrump, Nevada. Call 775-210-8333 for an appointment. Dr. Tali Eric, proudly serving Pahrump since 2005.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in tragic news from California, 34 people are now presumed to be deceased after a commercial boat fire off the coast of Santa Cruz Island in Southern California early Monday, with the exception of 5 crew members who fortunately managed to escape. Search and rescue divers have found no additional survivors. At the time of their deaths, those victims were in their sleeping quarters below deck, and their 2 possible escape routes were unfortunately blocked by flames, trapping them inside.
Well, County Commissioner Leo Blendo has had his representative issue a release after a code of ethics violation was released last week. The State of Nevada Commission on Ethics has issued a release concerning an ethics complaint and their determination regarding County Commissioner Leo Blundo. According to the report, on April 16th, they received a complaint regarding Blundo, who is a member of the Nye County Board of County Commissioners. The commission instructed the executive director to investigate the alleged violations for Blundo's conduct associated with the use of his public position to pursue services, favors, and/or engagements and unwarranted preference or advantages for himself, his private business, or his fiancée. On August 21st, a review panel consisting of the commissioners unanimously found and concludes that the facts to establish credible evidence to support a determination that just and sufficient cause exists for the commission to render an opinion in the matter regarding the alleged violations. The panel unanimously finds and concludes that the facts to establish credible evidence to support a determination that just and sufficient evidence cause exists for the commissioner to render an opinion in the matter regarding the alleged violations. The panel, they say, reasonably believes that Blundo's conduct may be appropriately addressed through corrective action under the terms and conditions of a deferral agreement instead of referring these allegations to the commission for further proceedings. The deferral agreement must confirm Blundo's acknowledgement of the following: compliance with the ethics law for a period of 2 years after approval of the agreement. Blundo does not become the subject of any other ethics complaint arising from alleged violations of the ethics law. The executive director does not acquire any new or additional information relevant to the facts and circumstances relied upon by the panel. The review panel will have a public admonishment, and the executive director's authority will monitor compliance with the deferral agreement. Blundo must show willingness to present the approved deferral agreement to the board and issue a public apology in a manner authorized and approved by the executive director. Upon satisfactory compliance with the deferral agreement, the complaint will be dismissed. Commissioner Blundo has issued a press release saying that he promised to fight for his constituents, and that's what he is doing here. Small business is a driving force for better jobs in our community, and all he was doing was fighting for them. He asked those whose job it was to promote small businesses to do their job and promote them. He says that he's a small business owner, and in doing so, he mentioned his business in the context of all restaurants. He says that this was a wrong choice of words, and that's what got us here, and he knows that now. However, he will not change the fact that he sees a problem. However, he says he will not change the fact when he sees a problem, he's going to speak up and put in the hard work for those he represents. He says he's not elected because he's perfect. None of us are. He was elected to fight for what's right, and that's what he was doing here, and that's why he's going to continue to do that every single day that he has the privilege of serving you. He says that some are going to try to stop him from standing up and being your voice, and he will not relent to their pressure. He will not sit in silence when taxpayers' money is at stake. He adds that you can be sure he will not cower when the hardworking families of our community need someone to champion their cause.
And in national news, the gunman who killed 7 people and injured more than 20 others in a shooting rampage along a West Texas highway Saturday could not pass a firearm background check, but he did manage to purchase a gun in a private party sale that did not require any scrutiny of his history. 36-year-old Seth Ator could not legally own a gun because of his mental health history, so he obtained an AR-style rifle from a private sale and used Saturday to open fire, apparently at random, on a highway patrolman, law enforcement officers, and dozens of other people after he was reportedly fired. And local and federal authorities say that he called and contacted them rambling before he committed that shooting spree.
Sad. Well, Desert Haven Animal Society is now receiving their necessary funding. This item was discussed at a recent Board of County Commissioner meeting.
At the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting, discussion was had regarding a funding source for the animal shelter contract with Desert Haven Animal Society. In the backup, staff recommends that funding come from the Town of Pahrump General Fund 25101 in the amount of $50,000, which Savannah Rucker, the Nye County Comptroller, says is already budgeted, and the remaining $200,000 to be funded from the Nye County General Fund contingency Beatty 10101. Commissioner Blundo asks if it would be prudent to get any funds from Amargosa or Beatty, since we get a lot of comments saying that this is a Nye County shelter. He also asked if their animals end up here as well or not.
No, not always.
I think Beatty has their own.
Beatty has their own. Tonopah has their own.
Savannah?
You know, I'm not sure about Beatty and Amargosa, but I do know that Tonopah has a facility for animals.
Tonopah does have their own shelter.
And
Now.
Tonopah pays for it themselves because it's a
I'm not aware that
community
Beatty has an animal shelter.
I wasn't either, but I read something recently.
Can we get that confirmed? Do they have an animal shelter?
You know, Amargosa does not.
Gabbs handles it properly. They don't have to have a shelter, and they don't have an animal problem.
Yeah.
But the town, the majority of animals that are generated here to the shelter are
Pahrump.
out of the town of Pahrump. And I've said for a long time that I think that we need to have some budget come from the town towards the shelter.
And I
Yeah, the
agree.
town
I
needs-
agree, and I'm working on some of that.
Yeah, but when the county has situations where they've gone out and picked up a bunch of dogs, like on a, and puts them in there, then the county subsidizes what's being paid by the,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's, well, if the county picked them up just in the county, that would be fair. But if they pick them up in the town, most of them have been like, I think one time Tonopah sent us a bunch of them. That's
Like
a little
60.
different. But this, yeah, but these, we've had 40 and 50 at a time come right out of Pahrump. And then we end up having to move the animals out that we have. And hopefully not, I hope they did euthanize some of them because of it back when. They're not doing that now. They're trying to move them to other shelters. But that puts us in a terrible bind where if we had some funding from Pahrump, but we could at least justify taking all those animals in because the court won't let us dispose of them right away, so we can't even give them away.
Commissioner Blundo makes a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve funding bid 2019-11, $50,000 from the Town of Pahrump General Fund 25101 and $200,000 from Nye County General Fund Contingency 10101.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Public comment? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, say nay.
comment. I am opposed, and because I agree with what Donna said, and that is those numbers should be reversed. But I'll, yeah, you got it with.
So are we working on that?
Yes, I'm working on it, trust me.
And on the other side of this break, we'll tell you about how VEA is looking for a new board member.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And Richard Rick Johnson, a longtime member of Valley Electric Association's Board of Directors from District 3, Beatty, has resigned from the board. That was effective back on August 29th. Johnson cited personal and health reasons for his decision. He will undergo surgery this month, followed by recovery and further treatment. Johnson has served on the VEA board since 2007, and he was most recently re-elected to a 3-year term back in March 2018.
And we have Maria Guerra standing by with your entertainment report.
The MTV Video Music Awards, held in Prudential Center in New Jersey, highlights the best the industry has to offer. This year, MTV has reportedly removed Michael Jackson's name from its Video Vanguard Award, which recognizes one iconic artist during the annual Video Music Awards broadcast. In light of child sex abuse allegations made in HBO's documentary Leaving Neverland, this year's recipient was Missy Elliott, who seemingly made a point of saying the late singer's name during her acceptance speech. Taylor Swift opened the ceremony this week with a bedazzled performance of You Need to Calm Down, which took the award for Video of the Year. Ariana Grande took home the award for Artist of the Year, and Song of the Year was given to Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus for Old Town Road, the remix. Billie Eilish took home Best New Artist and Best Collaboration was Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello with their song Senorita. The pair's performance was a highlight of the star-studded evening. The Best Pop Video of the Year went to the Jonas Brothers for their song Sucker, and Cardi B stole the Hip Hop Video Award for Money. For a complete list of the evening's winners and to watch some amazing video, go to the MTV Video Music Awards on the web. Showtime has a new program in the works, this time highlighting the woman behind the man. The proposed show on the premium network called First Ladies is a one-hour drama from Viola Davis Juvie Productions that would star the Oscar winner as she plays former First Lady Michelle Obama. The network has ordered 3 scripts, which will be used to determine whether the project moves forward. Showtime says First Ladies will peel back the curtain on the personal and political lives of our most enigmatic heroes and focus on Eleanor Roosevelt, Betty Ford, and Obama in the first season. Saturday Night Live cast member Leslie Jones is making her exit from Studio AH. Jones, who made her on-camera debut on the series in 2014, is leaving the long-running sketch show. Additionally, Kate McKinnon, who had been rumored to be considering an exit, is expected to stay on board for season 45. Jones joined the cast at age of 47, giving her the distinction of being the oldest person to join the sketch show as a cast member. Jones was nominated for the Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series Emmy in both 2017 and 2018. Jones next has a number of movie projects lined up and a comedy special with Netflix. Reporting for News 25, I'm Maria Guerra, and this is your entertainment this week.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, it's time for us to take a look outside at our current conditions through our Lerner and Rowe weather cam. Wow. And look at that cloud cover. Yeah, it looks like we might get a bit of rain. We saw Virga, but will that precipitation actually touch down on the ground here in Pahrump? We'll take a closer look at weather after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue. Today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 105 degrees with a low of 82. Death Valley at 114 with a low of 87. Amargosa at 102 with a low of 75. Beatty's out of those hundreds now with a high of 98 and a low of 69. Goldfield 88.59. Tonopah 87.58. Carson City 92.56. Both Fallon and Fernley with a high of 96 degrees. Fallon a low of 62 and Fernley a low of 63 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw mostly sunny skies. Our high today was 101 degrees. Winds coming out of the southwest at 7 miles per hour, 18% for our humidity, and our sunrise at 6:17 this morning. Now for tonight, we have mostly clear skies. It's currently 101 degrees outside. Our low tonight is going to be 77 degrees. Winds coming out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Our humidity at 25%, and our sunset at 7:08 p.m. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, we still have some clouds that are going to be hanging out through Wednesday and Thursday. Then Friday we're going to clean up and see some sunny skies all throughout the rest of the week. Temperature-wise, it looks like we're going to start coming out of those hundreds, so I'm really liking that. On Wednesday we're going to see a high of 104, Thursday 101, Friday a high of 100, and then we're just going to be down into those low 90s. Saturday a high of 99, and then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday down at 92 and 93 for our highs. In our overnights, we're also now starting to come out of those 70s. Wednesday through Friday, we're going to be about those mid-70s, just between 73 and 78 degrees. Then Saturday through Tuesday, we're going to drop down into those 60s, just around 64 and 67 degrees. So I'm really like how it is starting to cool off now. That is good news. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna and Eunette.
Thanks so much, Michael.
Yes, thank you.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Eunette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.